not playing for stats and not playing for this, but I would like to play. I want to stay as sharp as possible, knowing not only next week's going to matter, but the following 2, 3, 4 weeks after that are going to matter, and I want to be in the best rhythm possible.
You're exactly right. The playoffs are right there on the horizon. They start next week for the Lions. They're warming up. So are the 49ers on the right side of the field. We're about half an hour, 40 minutes away from toe meeting leather here in Santa Clara. For now, we go back into our Westwood One studio and Scott Graham. Scott?
All right, thank you very much, guys. Looking forward to it. We'll check back in with you at the top of the hour. Got a lot to come here as we approach kickoff tonight between the 49ers and the Lions, including a conversation with a guy who is, like many others, wearing the red tonight, a very frustrated man, 3-time Pro Bowler Fred Warner. But when we return, we're going to chat with a guy who has the co-lead in the NFL right now in interceptions, the Lions' Kirby Joseph. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What happens when a liberal and conservative walk into a recording booth?
When I read your bio, I just thought you were a white man. I'm just like,
stereotype.
That's exactly right. Because when you walked in the door and you stood up and introduced myself, I was like, oops.
All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Hey there, I'm Paula Pan, host of the Afford Anything podcast. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible.
How should that money get invested? Why value? Why not growth? We're going to answer all of these questions.
All of them?
All of them!
From investing strategies
And the thing about tariffs.
to economic trends and beyond.
In one episode.
In one episode. Can you believe it?
I gotta ask for a raise.
What's 5% of zero?
Oh, crap.
Afford Anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
If you're listening to sports mixed with pop culture, sprinkled with celebrity interviews, then your earbuds are enjoying the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
None other than Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs. It is great to see you, Brian Dawkins. And there he is, Justin Jefferson, Kyle Brandt.
Wow, Jodie Foster was on the show. I missed that one. So Clary Starling is sitting here saying, well, should I start Greg Jennings? I don't know. He's tough against the Vikings. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's a really cool hang here.
The Rich Eisen Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Every week, we talk to experts about saving, investing, and personal finance trends. Crypto. Can't do it.
You could have done all that research, all the breadcrumbs, and thought this company's never going bankrupt.
Foiled again. You never knew personal finance could be this fun. Throwing down the gauntlet.
I'm bringing it today. I'm only going to be off by 6 figures instead of 7.
Every boy has a dream, Doc. Every boy has a dream.
For sure.
Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Welcome to the Monday Night Football Pregame Show on Westwood One. Sponsored by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Download the app today and discover their new look same-game parlay product and more. BetMGM. Please gamble responsibly. Here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios as we get you ready for Monday Night Football tonight between the Lions and the 49ers. This, of course, is the rematch of the NFC title game last year. The Niners trailed 24-7 at halftime and ended up coming back to win 34-31. Brock Purdy was marvelous in that second half of the game. And the Detroit Lions have lost 14 straight road games playing in San Francisco or Santa Clara, the greater San Francisco area. However, as the Lions come into this game, the guys talked about it extensively. Everybody realized the possibility existed this week that Detroit was going to have nothing to play for. Was Dan Campbell going to take his foot off the gas for this game? The answer, an emphatic no.
I'll make this easy for everybody. That way all the critics can jump out and start attacking. But that way you don't have to debate them anymore. We're bringing everything we got to this game, and we are playing, and I don't care what it looks like and where it's at or who's this, who's that. We're going out to play and win this game. out on the West Coast. So there you go.
That is an attitude that his locker room has absolutely absorbed and embraced this season, including Kirby Joseph, who right now has the co-lead with Xavier McKinney, 7 interceptions. I talked with Kirby this week about the season and also about the attitude of his head coach going into this game and his overall attitude, and it's something that Kirby endorses.
Every game I play in, man, I give it my heart. I mean, I give it 100%, like my heart and my effort. Like, I give it everything I got because, you know, we are graded to play this game, you know what I'm saying, to wake up every day. Like, this is something I love to do. So just waking up every day and doing this, like, I wouldn't want to be doing nothing else. So I'm going to give it my all, you know, because I wouldn't want to be doing nothing else. It's amazing to be a part of, for real, because I feel like we share the same mentality with me and what Coach said. And I feel like that's what a lot of players say.
Everything about the NFL is always next man up, and you never know what the next thing is going to be, where somebody might get knocked out for a week or more than something like that. At the same time, you guys had so much of that going on this year. Was there ever any time you looked up and heard about the next thing and said, wow, is this injury thing ever going to stop?
For sure. I mean, like, it sucks to be injured, but we all know that, you know, injuries are part of the game, you know what I'm saying? But this team is built off next man up mentality, you know. This team has been through a lot of adversity, and I feel like that's how I got my chance to play in this league. It was off the next man up mentality where someone went down and I had to step up with my rookie year, you know, and I feel like, you know, that gives guys opportunities to come in here and make a name for themselves. So it's just all about next man up and making sure, you know, we carry on the adversity throughout the team.
The interception totals way up this year, and obviously it's something that you have kind of centered in on throughout the season. When you get those opportunities, is it more now about opportunity coming your way, or is it more as you become a more experienced player in this league?
I feel like it's both, you know. I feel like every interception, man, is like a gift from God for me. And I heard, like, when my rookie year, the vets told me, like, every turnover, every interception, every fumble is $1 million. So just going out there, man, and just going to feed my family. That's what I told myself I was going to do when I get in this league. So every time I get an opportunity to capitalize on the ball, man, I just love it so much because it's just trending on the fact that, man, one day I'm going to put on that gold jacket because I don't want to be just good or average in this league. I want to be great, and I want to be one of the greats. Actually, I want to be the greatest.
All right, so if every turnover, every interception's $1 million, is a pick six at Lambeau Field against a division rival, is that like $3 million?
I gotta be like 5. That thing gotta be like 5, man. It gotta be 5+, man. That was a great opportunity. You know, that was my first career ever, like, pick six. So that was just amazing. I was so happy. Like, I didn't even know what to do. Like, I didn't even know what celebration to do. I was just so lit. And just for my team, man, you know, and we're playing at Green Bay, at Lambeau Field, man. That was just everything, you know.
From what I understand, that was the first touchdown that you had since you were a wide receiver in high school. Is that true?
Yes. And me and my old high school quarterback was just talking about this, like, a couple of days ago. It was like, bro, the last touchdown I ever got before Green Bay was from you, bro.
Kirby, as you get ready for this game, you're taking a look at an opponent that's had certainly their ups and downs this season. They're missing some people, but what do you see from them on film?
I feel like they still got their talented guys on offense, like Devo and George Kittle. I feel like they still got their guys. But I feel like I see on film that a group that, even though they got all those injuries and stuff going on with their season and stuff like that, they have no quit. They're still ready to play, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to become ready to play and do our job and trust in the game plan. And, you know what I'm saying, the most physical team I feel like is going to win. And the team that makes more plays and less mistakes is also going to come on top.
How much of who you are was built and developed by the fact that you were one of 9 kids in a house?
I feel like, man, it taught me really how to, like, appreciate what I got. You know what I'm saying? Because even if I didn't have a lot, you know what I'm saying, there's people out there that got less than me. You know what I'm saying? So just being appreciative of what I got and my family and just being able to support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody got your back like how family got your back. And I feel like they supported me throughout this whole journey and make sure I could do something that I love. Like, they always saw that I love playing football. You know what I'm saying? So they just did whatever they could to help me out with that.
Extra added motivation for Detroit tonight. They're 7-0 on the road this season. They have never finished a season undefeated. Right now, the only undefeated team in the NFL on the road this season. Coming up next, a conversation with the Niners' Fred Warner. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
On January 10th, you're going to rob that place. Now I'm going to do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2.
And the cop goes gangster.
Starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr.
You're not a killer. I am.
Den of Thieves 2. Rated R. January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
Serving my country required sacrifice. Sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day, the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. Welcome back to the Monday Night Football pregame show on Westwood One. Sponsored by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Download the app today and discover their new look same-game parlay product and more. BetMGM. Please gamble responsibly. Once again, here's Scott Graham.
As we continue along getting you ready for the Niners and the Detroit Lions, it was not supposed to be this way in Santa Clara this year, at least if you ask anybody who's been part of that locker room. A team that went to the Super Bowl last year, coming into this game at 6-9 and playing out the string. And if you know anything about Fred Warner, guy who has been to 3 Pro Bowls and been a 3-time first-team All-Pro, you know how he feels about this. But this week when I talked to him, I asked him about the level of frustration.
Yeah, I mean, the thing as a whole is frustrating. Especially being a competitor at the highest level, having tasted what it's like to be at the top. Unfortunately, not tasting what it is to get over that last little hurdle at the end. All you want is a chance. You're right. You just want a chance to get in the dance, compete, to have a chance at going back there and winning it all, and to not even have a chance. It is frustrating, And there's no finger pointing in the situation. There's no, hey, this is what happened. It's a collective situation of a bunch of different things, right? And so that's also what's frustrating is you can't say like, oh, if we would have just did this better. Like, nah, it's collectively.
Part of being a pro is coming out and doing what you're doing the rest of the way and playing the games the way they're supposed to be played. Now, I'm going to imagine most people sitting back watching this saying, that's got to be hard to do. It's got to be hard to find that motor again, knowing that the end of the road this year is going to be the end of the regular season. How do you continue to stay motivated in a situation like this?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for most people, people who are not, different like a lot of the guys that are in this locker room, in my opinion. I know I can speak for myself, obviously, that it doesn't matter playoffs, no playoffs, prime time, 1 o'clock kickoff, in the division, out of the division. It doesn't matter. Whoever steps on that field has to see me every single time. It's like there's just like this chip on my shoulder that will never leave. I play for reasons beyond just the wins and the losses, the things that people said about me coming out. It doesn't matter how many All-Pros I make, how many Pro Bowls I make, how many times I've been to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. That is what drives me every single time I'm out there. That's what gets my fire going before the game. And I get to that dark place is I just remind myself of the things that people knock me on, right? And the non-believers, even to this day, the non-believers, right? And so I feel like that's always going to be the case. It doesn't matter how far in my career I get. And when that leaves, then I know that it's time for me to go ahead and leave. You know what I'm saying? And so it'll be the same exact case this week.
You're talking about some of the things that, people had thought about you and whether you would be the player that you are. And then you see something go up like, wow, 115 tackles every year since you've been in the league, which is unprecedented. And your wife gets an opportunity to tweet out about you because of that as well. But when you look at that type of thing, when the season is past, we'll get to February, whatever it is there that inner sense of accomplishment from you knowing that you've been this consistent now for this long?
There is some of that. I will admit that it's hard for me to kind of take that time after the season to reflect and be like, man, I've come so far, because personally I feel that once the playing days are over and the career is done, then I feel like there'll be a true moment of reflection to actually see how far I've really come. But while I'm in it, the moment you kind of get comfortable or complacent with what you've achieved, then it's going to be even harder to move on to the next thing and keep that same drive, that same hunger. And so, there is a great amount of humility in the situation. It's hard, and I guess that's just kind of what makes me different and allows me to continue to try to strive for getting better, being a better player every single year and trying to reach the tops and the heights of the position in the game.
Well, striving for this week, a lot of people circled this as potentially the game of the year when the schedule came out, that this might be the one that decided a whole bunch of things. The Lions are still on that path now to try to see if they can be the number 1 overall seed. I know you've watched film. I know you've studied this team. What have they done so well this year offensively?
Yeah, they just complement all parts of the game really well. I think it starts with the run game. You get an offensive line that's mean, that's nasty, that can dig guys out of the trenches, and then you get a 1-2 punch at running back that's able to play off of one another. They call themselves like Sonic and Knuckles, I think. Unfortunately, they don't got the Knuckles right now, fortunately for us, but you have that combo and that tandem to kind of get the offense going. And then off of that opens up the entire rest of the offense where you start to see those explosive passes with the Jameson Williams, with amonra St. Brown, and Jared Goff at the helm, who's just playing the most efficient football that he's ever played, making the right decisions, has the arm talent to be able to deliver the football anywhere on the field, anticipation to throw the ball over the middle of the field. And that all opens up because of the run game. So, I think they obviously just play with the right style of the toughness. Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down. That's the extra element that you got to worry about. And it just wears on the defense. It wears on the team, honestly, when they're able to win the time of possession battle, continue to put the ball in the end zone, not settle for 3, get the 6, and it makes it a long day for the team that they're playing.
Niners are not going to roll over tonight or for the remainder of the season, nor will Fred Warner, and he fully expects to be back once again next year, and why would you ever doubt him? But if you just listen to that, you realize that at some point or other, Fred Warner is going to do something much bigger. Maybe it's a career in politics, although I would suggest he aim higher than that. Maybe it's a career in broadcasting. Whatever it is, Fred Warner is going to be as earnest about that as he is about every single day he comes to work, even when the Niners can't make the playoffs. Just ahead, we'll get you one step closer to kickoff time. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What happens when a liberal and conservative walk into a recording booth?
When I read your bio, I just thought you were a white man. I'm just like,
stereotype.
That's exactly right. Because when you walked in the door and you stood up and introduced myself, I was like, oops.
All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Searching HVAC near here.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Wow, nobody local? Huh.
Wait, what? We are an HVAC company literally in your neighborhood. Why is she not seeing us?
Just all the big chains. Well, it is what it is.
What in the... Can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you. Because you're buried deep in the list of local HVAC providers. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
I'm also saying the record's going to go down.
I'm saying the record's going down anyway. The guy.
I don't think you're off on this at all. Like, you're spot on here. I don't think this is an overreaction because we have no idea what we're reacting to.
Come react or overreact with us.
Overreaction Monday. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's game over. Over, man.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football on Westwood One. I'm Scott Graham. Time now to hear from Nick Costos of BetQL Network with some of the numbers our listeners might be interested in for tonight's matchup between the Lions and the Niners. Nick?
Thanks, Scott. The spread for Monday Night Football sees Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, a 4.5-point road favorite at Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. The total is 50. And the Lions are drawing betting interest even right now, despite this game meaning nothing for their playoff positioning. Because win or lose tonight, the Lions game coming up Sunday night against the Vikings, that's for the NFC North title and home field in the NFC playoffs. But bettors do believe Lions coach Dan Campbell when he says they're playing to win, which sounds nuts, but if any coach would go through with that, it would be Dan Campbell. This point spread would not be Detroit favored by 4.5 if the feeling was the starters would get pulled. As for the total, it's been bet down a few points throughout the week, down to 50. For props, the Lions do give up production to outside receivers, which benefits San Fran's Juwan Jennings. Jennings' yardage prop tonight, 64.5. I'm Nick Costos from the BetQL Network, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Scott, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. I will be back at halftime, and we're going to take a look at what is basically the end of the road of the regular season. We'll be joined by NFL Network's Ian Rappaport when we are back at the break. But up next, we're going to head back to Levi's Stadium and rejoin Jason Benetti and Kurt Warner. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
This holiday season, make it a PXG holiday. The golfer in your life is sure to love PXG's high-quality, high-performance golf clubs, and they'll look as good as they feel roaming the course wearing PXG apparel that delivers both style and comfort. Premium golf balls, award-winning gloves, and the best bags are on every golfer's list, and the PXG store near you has them and so much more. Can't decide? PXG gift cards are always available. Make it a PXG holiday this year. Find the PXG store near you at pxg.com.
Serving my country required sacrifice. Sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day. The day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
WJRW Grand Rapids, W291DJ Grand Rapids, a Cumulus media station, is the ticket, West Michigan.
Monday Night Football is on Westwood One.
Under center, takes the snap, fake a pitch left, throw it down the middle. It's caught for a touchdown.
Tonight, it's the Detroit Lions.
Jared takes, stumbles coming out of there, wants to throw, does that. You got a man wide open. Sam Laporta, touchdown Detroit Lions. Oh my goodness.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
The Niners now fall to 6-9 on the year, so mathematically they are going to have a losing year. Even if they win the next year to get to 8-9, they will be sub 500.
They're a good team. I don't care if they're eliminated. They've got a lot of
great players on that team that have played in big games and are going to want to beat us.
I want to end it by beating Detroit. Hasn't been a successful year for us. We'd like to finish it a strong way, as strong as possible. Not getting into the playoffs has been a huge disappointment for us, and being able to play a team who a lot of people are saying is the best team in the league. We all know the history from last year, so that's going to be fun for both of us to go through that, but nothing would be better than upsetting them and having a game that we can be proud of.
Let's head to the stadium and join Jason Benetti and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner.
Welcome to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California for the conclusion of week number 17 in the National Football League. And here are the Detroit Lions on the far sideline in what really becomes a reminder of why playing at home in the postseason can matter so much. Last year in January, they led 24-7 in this very building. Their season came to an end in a second-half surge by San Francisco. And so the Lions can't do anything about clinching home field advantage today, but they can next week. Today is about vengeance and possibly getting a little rest for their starters. I'm Jason Benetti, joined by former Super Bowl champion and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Scott Graham will join us from our Westwood One studios at halftime. It's a little bit like the NBA draft lottery here today. There are a lot of balls in the hopper for the Detroit Lions. Next week, win and you're the 1 seed and you're at home for as long as you play in the NFC postseason. Lose and you're going on the road. But today, you have a bit of a bind somehow at 13-2 to decide, Kurt, how you play this thing.
Well, and if you're Dan Campbell, the idea is how are we at our best next week? And that is kind of a tricky thing. Is rest the best thing for a veteran team that have been there before? Rest them up, get them ready for next week. Or is it rhythm? And, you want your guys to come in, feel good, practice all week, focused on the task at hand, because next week isn't when it's over, right? No matter whether they win or lose, they still got more games in the playoffs. But I think that's the ultimate dilemma for any coach when you get to this stage late in the season. Do I play my guys? Do I sit my guys? What is the most important aspect as we're heading into the playoffs?
And this Lions team can't just be taken as the team that walked in here today. There's scar tissue literally on this roster, because if they go into the playoffs as the 1 seed, they will be the team in the postseason who advanced furthest with that many guys on IR. One side of the ball, 14 guys on IR. The defense has been ravaged. So if you're Dan Campbell, you've watched players fall all year long. That's got to be part of your calculus a little bit, maybe, or does it?
I think it's one of those things when you get to this point, when you're Dan Campbell, I don't believe you can allow that to enter your mind. You can't play scared. You can't play worried about injuries. You've got to go play with the guys that you've got, and I think that's credit to Dan Campbell and this Lions team. And they only have 2 losses. You just talked about all the guys on IR. How many teams in the league are going to have that many guys on IR and still be fighting for the number 1 seed? So that is the mentality of this Lions team as we play and we battle. And it doesn't matter what 53 line up between those lines every Monday, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to go and we are going to compete. So that is the mindset of Dan Campbell. That's what they're coming in with tonight. He said it all week. We're going to battle. We're going to go try to play. I'm just going to be interested if that lasts for 60 minutes or if it's, hey, let's get in, let's get fresh, let's be ready, and let's go win the number 1 seed next week.
That's the same situation for the Niners offensive line tonight, by the way. That left side of the offensive line is really dinged up. We'll see who they start. Brock Purdy will play quarterback, but we will detail who's on that offensive line. Might be a couple guys up from the practice squad. Time to check tonight's weather, sponsored by Prize Picks. Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Download Prize Picks and use code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. We don't mean to brag for those of you in the Midwest, but it's 57 degrees, and there's not really many clouds in the sky. Happy December to all of you. Up next, Kurt Warner's Keys to the Game. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Chiropractor Michael Rosenbaum. He knows some of the most talented people in the business, and now he's getting the inside story.
Let's get inside of Heather Graham. I can't look at like Boogie Nights and think that you were a nerd. Johnny Knoxville. You think you're going to do another Jackass movie? What do your kids want?
Dad's not going to do that. Yeah. You got to be careful how you choose your heroes.
Hear from some of the most fascinating people in pop culture today.
Danny Trejo. You're a legend. Do you know you're a legend?
You can't be a legend having this much fun.
The Inside of You podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Grand Valley State men's and women's basketball teams begin 2025 with a pair of GLIAC doubleheaders against two UP teams.
Into the hands of Mackenzie Bisbal. Bisbal, right corner, Trustees open for three. Got it!
The Lakers battle Michigan Tech on Thursday night beginning at 6 p.m., followed by a Saturday afternoon bout with Northern Michigan beginning at 1 p.m. Live coverage from the GBSU Fieldhouse Arena in Allendale begins 15 minutes prior to the opening tip, right here on the Ticket West Michigan.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Uncertainty, self-doubt, stressing about not knowing where to start. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Word art. Sorry, live, laugh lovers. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Every week, we talk to experts about saving, investing, and personal finance trends. Oh, crypto. Can't do it.
You could have done all that research, all the breadcrumbs, and thought this company's never going bankrupt.
Foiled again. You never knew personal finance could be this fun. Throwing down the gauntlet.
I'm bringing it today. I'm only going to be off by 6 figures instead of 7.
Every boy has a dream, Doc. Every boy has a dream.
For sure.
Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Lions run through the human tunnel along with the 49ers in the starting lineups here in Santa Clara. Time now to find out how each team can steal the win. Sponsored by Lionsgate's Den of Thieves 2 Pantera on January 10th. The best heist movie years hit Pantera. Don't miss Lionsgate's Den of Thieves 2 Pantera, starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. Get your tickets now. All right, Kurt Warner, we will start with when the 49ers have the ball. We talked about their offensive line. When they're taking on the Detroit defense, how can they steal a win today?
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't matter who's playing offensive line. They are going to run the ball. So if you're the Detroit defense, you've got to stop the run because everything starts there and then it leads into the play action game. So who wins that battle up front? If you're the 49ers, you're going to have to beat man-to-man coverage when you throw the football. Nobody plays more man-to-man coverage than this Lions secondary. And the 49ers, been a disappointing year for them. And maybe the area that's been most disappointing has been in the red zone. They have struggled to score touchdowns when they get close. That will be key tonight because you know the Lions can score points.
They certainly can. This Detroit offense is one of the best offenses by points per game in the NFL in the last 10 years. They're top 5 in the last 10 years. How do the 49ers stop that?
Well, the initial key is going to be the same on both sides. Detroit likes to run the ball. So if you're the 49ers, you got to stop the run. You got to try to make them one-dimensional because their play-action game is where they get the big plays. They make everything look the same. No David Montgomery, so it'll be more about Jahmyr Gibbs. But stop the run, and then can you balance that out by taking away those chunk plays in the play-action game? And then, amazingly enough, the 49ers defense is bottom 10 in terms of pressuring the quarterback. That's always been their strength, and that will be key tonight against Jared Goff, is you've got to get pressure on him, force him to move, force him to get rid of the ball before he wants to.
Yeah, the Niners, 48 sacks last year, tied for 7th in the National Football League. This year has not been the same, with 35 of them. The opening kickoff is coming up from Santa Clara. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Serving my country required sacrifice. Sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day. The day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Hey everybody, Kurt Warner here. Ever since retiring from the NFL, I've wanted to use my knowledge and expertise to impact the future of our game. So I created QBConfidential.com to build better players, smarter coaches, and more informed fans. If you want to increase your football IQ, learn quarterback technique, build a playbook, go inside the film room, or develop the mindset of a champion, QBConfidential.com is perfect for you. That's QBConfidential.com. Join the team today.
The Jeep Wrap Up the Year sales event is here. Now get great deals on vehicles winter is no match for. And right now, get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on 2024 and 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x4 models. Or get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiator. For great comfort, capability, and adventure, plus a holiday bonus cash allowance, don't miss the Jeep Wrap Up the Year sales event. Hurry in today. Contact dealer for details. Must take retail delivery by January 2nd. Jeep is a registered trademark.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Make the ultimate holiday feast a reality with the KFC Festive Feast for $25.99. Feed the whole family with 6 original recipe tenders and 6 pieces of classic fried chicken, hand-breaded in KFC's secret blend of 11 herbs and spices. Get your choice of 2 large sides, like creamy mac and cheese or mashed potatoes, and 3 sauces. Head to your local KFC today or order through the app. It's KFC's Festive Feast for $25.99. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
It's 1st and goal at the 3. Running back Elijah Mitchell in the eye. There's the snap, a spinning handoff, and it goes to Mitchell, who bores his way in. That is a touchdown over the right guard. The Niners have scored again. 3-yard touchdown run by Elijah Mitchell here in the NFC Championship game to extend the San Francisco lead 33-24 with 3:02 to play. What a comeback by the Niners.
Kevin Harlan right here on Westwood One. The Detroit Lions were up 24-7 at halftime of the NFC Championship game last season, on the verge of clinching their first Super Bowl appearance in franchise history, but San Francisco scored the next 27, all in the second half, finishing with that Elijah Mitchell touchdown run. Brock Purdy and the Niners finished with a 34-31 win, clinching their 8th Super Bowl appearance in franchise history, and the 17-point comeback is the largest halftime deficit overcome in an NFL Conference Championship game. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Here tonight, they've just finished the coin toss. The smoke from the pregame pyrotechnics is clearing, and the Lions have won the toss and deferred. The 49ers will see the football first. And for San Francisco, this season has come to an end. They had won 3 of the last 5 division titles in the NFC West. It's not what they had hoped for. They had a revolving door at the running back position with the injury to Christian McCaffrey. Brandon Ayuk's injury as well was a really harmful one. And this is not a spot they're used to here at Levi's Stadium.
Not at all. I was talking to a number of the guys before the game, and sometimes seasons just go sideways. And it's really tough when you've got a veteran-laden team, a team that has been there and done that, been to Super Bowls, understand what it means to have success, and you find yourself with a couple games to go, and it really doesn't mean anything. So it's a tough position for these guys to be in. But, it's the one thing about the National Football League. Sometimes injuries, sometimes you just press a little bit too much, and a season can go sideways. But A lot of pride on this sideline, a lot of pride in this 49er uniform that I believe they're going to come out and battle, even though it doesn't mean anything, Jason.
They will take on a Lions team that's 13-2. Jake Bates has it teed up at the 35. He'll approach from the left side, swing the leg, and drive through it, and it goes spinning toward the near sideline. It's caught at the 3-yard line. Deebo Samuel, senior, from the 20 and the 25-30, outside the numbers 35, and finally driven down at the 38, and that's where Brock Purdy and the 49ers will see it first. This offense, middle of the road, but total yardage-wise, they're 8th in the NFL. They've been able to drive the ball. As you said, the red zone numbers have been really damaging.
Which is so different for them. They're so good at running the football, which usually is key down inside the 10-yard line. If you can run the football, you're a good team at scoring the football. But that has been their struggle. They can move it. They've got playmakers. They run the football well. They throw the football well. But it's all about finishing.
Charlie Heck is the left tackle, just up off the practice squad. They'll pitch it to Deebo Samuel across the 40-yard line along the numbers, and he's down at about the 43 or so. They'll give him a couple of yards. So Samuel takes the opening pitch. We expect to see Isaac Guerrero, who was out last week and has healed very quickly from that hamstring injury.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been kind of a running back by committee for most of the year, but expect Deebo Samuel to get a lot of touches in a lot of different positions, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more touches from the running back spot than anybody tonight.
He's off the left side of Purdy out of the shotgun from the 42, hash mark right, Kittle in motion, right to left. Purdy scanning, throwing down the middle, has a completion into Lions territory, the 45. Chris Conley with the catch, just his second of the year for a 49ers first down, 5 yards into plus territory, gain of 13.
Well, mistake there by the Lions defense. Motion Deebo Samuel out to the left-hand side, and 3 linebackers went with him to that side, left the middle of the field wide open for an easy pitch and catch and first down.
They'll work out of the shotgun again. The ball hash mark left. Twins to the right. Samuel to the left of Purdy. 3 down linemen for the Lions. Motion right to left snap and a handoff. Samuel trudging right up the left side, and he'll collapse down after a gain of 4 on a first down carry. 2nd and 6 coming up. Opening drive of the ball game. Minute and a half in, no score.
And really, the Detroit Lions defense, you talked about all the guys that have been injured on this defense, but they continue to battle on the defensive side of the football. Have played really, really well, especially down the stretch as they've had to plug different guys in. Those guys have stepped in and played well, and they're hoping to get some of these defensive guys back as they try to make a run in the playoffs.
They do get Jalen Reeves-Maben back from IR today. They'll work single setback Guerrero, the tailback. Snap and a fake to Guerrero. Pitch it to Samuel running outside right. 45-40 up to the 35 and finally buckles under at the 32-yard line. Fake the handoff, then pitch it. And a nice block from Juszczyk once again for the 49ers.
Well, they seem to have a plan with their first 15. Get it to number 1. He's been in the backfield, and they've been handing it to him, but now they put him out at wide receiver, but it doesn't matter. Let's just fake it to the running back and toss it to him. But that's the kind of player Deebo Samuel is. You try to get him the football in space as many ways as possible.
He's working up toward 100 touches for the year from scrimmage out of the shotgun. Snap, fake the handoff. Purdy snaps it off down the middle, has a catch at the 15. George Kittle goes tumbling down in the red zone. It's a first down, San Francisco at the 14. Gain of 19. What an opening drive for the 49ers about 3 minutes in.
Well, you run the football, and obviously it leads right into the play action. That is what Kyle Shanahan wants to do, and they love to attack the middle of the field. Get the linebackers to split just enough, and a good throw down between the hashes from Purdy to Kittle.
Brock Purdy playing without his usual left tackle, Trent Williams on IR. He'll work out of the shotgun from the 14. Juszczyk in motion left to right. Short side left. Purdy waves his right hand, takes the snap, hands it off. It's Guerrero. A second pitch gets juggled. It's taken in by Ricky Pearsall, who will run to the 15. High hurdle his way out of bounds. He gets undercut and sliced down by Kirby Joseph in a dangerous play. Everybody here in the stadium sounded like they were watching Evel Knievel.
Well, it was started with the toss to Pearsall. It was up on his shoulder pad, and he was kind of pinning it to his shoulder pad and his helmet, and you thought maybe that's going behind him. Nice job of being able to pull it in and then get around the corner, and as you said, trying to go up high over the top. Not sure where he was going to go after that, but maybe just protecting himself from a hit.
My goodness, what an athletic play by Pearsall. 4 minutes in, Niners driving from the 11 and plus territory. Garendo, the lone setback. Snap, pitch it wide left to him. Near side, short side with a stiff arm at the 6. And he goes flying forward down to the 6-yard line. And the tackle by Kirby Joseph as we check the 49ers stats inside the red zone, sponsored by CDW. Their experts help you get more from your technology so you can do amazing things, make amazing happen. So far this season, 29 touchdowns and 56 chances, 19 field goals. They try to punch it in here on a 3rd and 1 from the 6.
Well, the good thing is you can get a first down here, so it opens up the playbook. Don't have to get it into the end zone on this one play. And
they'll snap it to Purdy. He'll drive the legs forward on a sneak. He got stonewalled right at the 5-yard line. That was a long one he had to get, and he looks like he's very short. Now, this is a house money moment for the 49ers. They're going for it, right?
No doubt about it. I mean, you don't have a whole lot to play for here knowing you're not getting into the playoffs, so you're doing everything you can to try to win this football game, so it changes your strategy. Most situations, not that Kyle Shanahan wouldn't have gone for this anyways, but most situations you at least take the 3 points right here. But as you said, house money doesn't matter. We can take our chances tonight.
A huge swell from the crowd. Garendo, the tailback. 4th and 1 from the 5. Snap. Purdy pushing forward. He does have the first down all the way to the 3. Great surge from Jake Brendel. Branch made the stop, but Brendel, the center of this line, forcing it forward with all of his guys basically out today.
I kind of like the old school quarterback sneak. You know, so many people are doing the tush push now. It's nice when you see a quarterback that just gets under center, don't worry about the guys pushing behind, and just finds a gap and picks up the first down.
You feeling nostalgic?
A little bit.
I like it.
We never had the tush push back in the day. Never got any help.
First and goal, they'll hand it off Garendo, and he runs right into the line. He's going to lose about a yard. Isaac Garendo, and let's see, flags down, a big shove into the end zone. Couple of Lions players back there. It looked like it was Kirby Joseph and Jawan Jennings all the way through the end zone post-play. Now Jennings on the route ran Terrion Arnold through the end zone into a takedown.
It was a blindside moment if you saw the movie. He was just going to keep driving him all the way back. And that's part of Jawan Jennings. He is going to bring the physicality. And, hey, man, he was just playing through the whistle. A little extracurricular at the end of that.
Wow. The officials are huddling to the right of the goalpost. There are multiple markers down. The crowd is watching the replay. It was Joseph who came in at the end of the play and shoved Jennings because of what Jennings, as like repercussion for what Jennings did to Terrion Arnold, as we watch the closed circuit replay here.
But the question is what Jennings did illegal? He just drove him. I mean, once you get out of bounds, do you have to stop? I'm not really sure. But he just locked him up and just pushed him.
Both teams on the play. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 15 of the offense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 31 to the defense. These penalties offset. The down counts. It's second down.
Now, I will say, just counterpoint, he did drive him all the way to the stands through the back of the end zone.
That's what I'm asking is, as long as the whistle hasn't blown, is that illegal? Now, maybe the whistle had blown. He kept driving him and drove him all the way to the ground outside the end zone, but I'm just asking. I don't know if that's not illegal to take him out of bounds, is it? As long as the play is still going?
I know how much you love this game because you're saying that with a smile.
Well, I mean, to me, you know, that's that physicality that you love. Jawan Jennings kind of setting the tempo of what the 49ers are going to do tonight. Just got to make sure that it's legal.
Second and goal from the 4 off the offsetting penalty. Snap to Purdy, rolling to the right, flowing that way, throwing near side. It's caught right near the goal line and out of bounds at the 1-yard line by Pearsall, who got shoved back by Brian Branch. Pearsall had it in his hands at about the half-yard line, but never, according to the near side official, crossed the plane. As we watch the replay, it is very close. It depends on when he had full control of that ball, Kurt.
It does. You know, he was in the end zone. Ball met him right about the line as he was being driven out. And as you said, it looks like maybe there's a little bobble, little movement of the football. So if they're saying he didn't catch it clean and it took that second little movement before he secured it, the call is probably right just outside the goal line.
There is a challenge flag on the field.
Before the challenge flag was thrown, replay assistants provided information that it is a touchdown.
There you go, point to point.
Challenge for San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall has his second of the year, and it's 6-0 San Francisco.
Well, no problem putting it in the end zone here on their first drive. A physical drive, mostly running the football. Little play action to George Kittle, finishing off with the pass. But, man, this looked like the 49ers of old on this first drive.
6 red zone snaps. They did eventually get in on the connection from Purdy to Pearsall, and Jake Moody will aim for the extra point. Opening drive takes the clock down to 8:37, quarter number 1 for the 49ers. Snap from Tabor Pepper, and the kick is up from Moody, and it is good. 7-0 49ers, 8:37 to go upon nightfall in the first quarter in Santa Clara. The 49ers leading the Lions. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
New year, new savings at Sweet Deals. Save 50% or more on extraordinary restaurant, product, and entertainment deals. And don't forget to check out our amazing travel packages. Take advantage of huge savings today at SweetDeals.com. That's SweetDeals.com.
What happens when a liberal and conservative walk into a recording booth?
When I read your bio, I just thought you were a white man. I'm just like,
stereotype.
That's exactly right. Because when you walked in the door and you stood up and introduced myself, I was like, oops.
All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Hey there, I'm Paula Pan, host of the Afford Anything podcast. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible.
How should that money get invested? Why value? Why not growth? We're going to answer all of these questions.
All of them?
All of them! From investing strategies and the thing about tariffs to economic trends and beyond.
In one episode.
In one episode. Can you believe it?
I got to ask for a raise.
What's 5% of zero?
Oh, crap.
Afford Anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Actor Michael Rosenbaum, he knows some of the most talented people in the business, and now he's getting the inside story.
Let's get inside of Heather Graham. I can't look at like Boogie Nights and think that you were a nerd, Johnny Knoxville. You think you're going to do another Jackass movie? What do your kids want?
Dad's not going to do that. Yeah. You got to be careful how you choose your heroes.
Hear from some of the most fascinating people in pop culture today.
Danny Trejo. You're a legend. Do you know you're a legend?
You can't be a legend having this much fun.
The Inside of You podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by PXG for high-quality, high-performance golf clubs, apparel that delivers style and comfort, premium golf balls, award-winning gloves, and more. Make it a PXG holiday for the golfer in your life. Find the PXG store near you at pxg.com. 11 plays, 61 yards, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. A 3-yard touchdown catch for Ricky Pearsall officially, and all started with the Deebo Samuel senior 37-yard kickoff return. He ran for 16 as well. So 7-0 San Francisco. 8:37 in the first. Impressive opening drive for the Niners.
Very impressive. Doing exactly what they wanted to do. You know, that's been a struggle all year long of being able to dominate the line of scrimmage. We said that was going to be key, and the 49er offense did that on the first drive.
Kickoff from Moody, flying toward the far left side, caught at the 10, 20, 25, 30, right up the middle and down to the 35-yard line for Kennedy. And that's where the Lions will embark. Jason Benetti, Hall of Famer Kurt Warner here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Santa Clara, California. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 7-0 San Francisco. Lions touch the ball for the first time. They'll work out of the shotgun. Goff takes a waist-high snap. He'll fling it far side left. He's got a completion to the 38-yard line to Jamison Williams, and he's twisted out of bounds right there on a nice gain of 3 for the Lions on first down.
Well, then we know the backfield of the Detroit Lions, Sonic and Knuckles, both aren't available. David Montgomery suffering that knee injury, although they're expecting him to be back at some point during the playoff run. Jahmyr Gibbs can definitely carry the load. He's a big playmaker in the backfield, but we'll just see if that changes their offense at all.
He's a lone setback on 2nd and 7. Motion from Williams, doubling back right to left. Handoff Gibbs running straight ahead, and he crashes forward across the 40-yard line, and he's down at about the 43.5, right behind Ragnow, the center. At 7:44 in the first. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.
There are weapons all over this offense, but make no mistake, this offense is built around their offensive line. Made a conscious effort to go out and secure this offensive line, make sure that they've got the best offensive line in football so they can dominate up there, dominate in the run game, and allow everything else to come off of that.
They'll work out of the shotgun here, call it 3rd and 2. Snapping a handoff, Gibbs squeezing inside left, turning outside, and he's just short of midfield. He's slung down at the 49, and it's first down Detroit at 7:07 in the first.
He's so explosive. He's got that quickness. He is a home run hitter. Every time he touches the football, he can take it the distance, whether he's running between the tackles. If you're the 49ers, you're worried on that one as he starts to bounce outside, because once he gets the corner, there was nobody catching him.
Man, he just finds that small blade of grass that he can sneak through. Double tight end set, stretch play left. It's Gibbs on the run across the 50, inside left 40. Dodging a man, 35, and finally driven down right about the 30-yard line, out of bounds. Eventually, it was Talanoa Hufanga had to track him down, a 21-yard gain. He is so shifty back there.
He is. You got to take the right angle. He almost hit the corner there and took it to the house. Good job by Hufanga to bring him down. But, man, that was close.
They'll sub him out. Reynolds in now as the tailback. Goff goes up to the line, changes the play, sends trips to the right. The Niners will stem at the line. They'll pitch it to a wide receiver coming left to right, and Williams breaks a tackle, twists around at the 35, and he'll go down eventually. Jamison Williams got hit in the leg by Malik Collins, who made the play for San Francisco.
Oftentimes you get down here and you got to hold your breath when you run special plays, trying to run the reverse, because it's kind of all or nothing. But you can't really argue with what the Detroit Lions do. They have run so many special plays this year that have worked out for them that they are going to take some chances and try to hit some big ones.
Including the intentional trip last week. 2nd and 15. Snap to Goff, back at the 40. He throws it near side right. It's caught down the sideline. A long run down the sideline for Reynolds. He's finally out of bounds at the 7, but there is a marker that came in earlier in the play at the 27-yard line. So Reynolds skating free all the way down inside the 10.
Defense number 0.
And it'll stand.
The penalties decline as the play results in a first down.
One of the things Jared Goff does so well is get the ball out of his hands quick. Get it into your playmakers' hands. Allow them the position to be able to make one guy miss in man-to-man coverage. Reynolds was able to do that, get down the sideline, and set him up just outside the 10.
A guy they're so familiar with that he's been cut 9 separate times in his career, Craig Reynolds, who gets the Lions inside the 10. Call it 1st and goal at the 9. As Detroit huddles, the ball hash mark right. Goff will work under center. From the 9. Jermar Jefferson is checked into the ball game as the tailback. They'll load up with tight ends on the left side, snapping a handoff. Jefferson trying to dodge left. He tunnels through, spins toward the goal line, and he's down at the 1. A crash landing because of Diamador Lenoir's 2nd and goal coming up.
You said tight ends to the left. Those are the biggest tight ends that you got out there. That was 2 extra offensive linemen, Mahogany and Skipper, out to the left-hand side. They were loading up with 7 offensive linemen and just pounding.
You saying Ernie Conwell wasn't that big?
He was big. He could lift a lot of weight. but not quite that big.
They'll work out of the shotgun here. 2nd and goal from inside the 2. Jefferson, the tailback. Motion man to the left. Handoff Jefferson, and he's driven back. He started going horizontally, and he's blasted by Fred Warner, the 7th-year man out of BYU, to set up 3rd and goal.
Hasn't been Fred Warner's best year, but still one of the best middle linebackers in the National Football League. And you mentioned it. As soon as you start to go sideways, they are going to take advantage of that. You can't fool Fred Warner for long. Good job by the defensive front of the 49ers.
Crowd gets loud. 3rd down and goal. Gibbs, the tailback. He's offset to the right. They'll motion Williams left to right. He breaks it down, comes back the other way. Hand it off to him, running outside left, and he skates in for the touchdown. Jamison Williams squealed the brake pads in motion, and he found his way easily into the California night for a Lions touchdown at 3:42 in the first. 7-6 San Francisco.
Really well done. Set him in motion to one side so you overload and then bring him back on the quick motion. Hand him the jet sweep. Get a big offensive lineman out in front of him to seal the deal and the speed to the corner.
This Lions offense, top scoring offense in the NFL, about 33 points a game. They smoothly go down the field, couple of plays of 20-plus yards. As the extra point is blocked, it goes spinning out to the near side, picked up by the 49ers at the 15, and the play will end there. Fred Warner scooped it up, and he got doused after about an 8-yard return. It looked like Jordan Elliott got in there for San Francisco to block the extra point. So, 7-6 49ers over the Lions. 3:42 to go first quarter. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
On January 10th, you're going to rob that place. Now I'm going to do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2. And the top goes gangster. Starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. You're not a killer. I am. Den of Thieves 2. Rated R. January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
Hey, Michigan football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you are right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
On January 10th, you're going to rob that place. Now I'm going to do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2. And the top goes gangster. Starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. You're not a killer. I am. Den of Thieves 2. Rated R. January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
Time now for tonight's Fact of the Game, sponsored by Mint Mobile. Switch and get half off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/score. The Lions now have 25-plus rushing touchdowns and 35-plus touchdown passes in the same season. They are the first team since...
Which 2000 Rams.
How about that?
Yeah.
We happen to have a member of that team here.
We were pretty balanced as well. We had a pretty good guy in the backfield in terms of scoring touchdowns with Marshall Faulk, but pretty impressive, that balance. And what makes this offense go and what makes them so good is that you cannot ever just key on one thing. 2 backs that can get into the end zone and multiple weapons on the outside, and Jared Goff playing great football. That's why they're the number 1 scoring offense in the National Football League.
They trailed 7-6 here, 3:42 in the first quarter, and they'll give up the ball on the kickoff coming to the 49ers going left to right. How hard is that to do in this league to have that kind of balance, Kurt?
I mean, it is hard. I mean, thinking that you can have all those weapons that allow you to do all these things. You're starting with an...
They're busy so far.
Defense number 69. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
So, the Lions hold. It's Al-Quadin Muhammad with the holding penalty. the rare defensive line hold. Kurt?
You don't see it very often. George Kittle was trying to sneak out into the flat, so he kind of jammed up Muhammad right there, and then as he was trying to release, Muhammad said, I'm not letting you get out. I'm going to hold you, and then I'm going to go tackle Brock Purdy, but he was caught on that one.
3:20 to go, first quarter. Kittle in motion left to right. Pitch it Garendo. He juggles to catch it, and he is stifled right at the point of attack at the 35 by Jack Campbell. Oh, man, what a hit from Campbell on a gain of 1.
Great hit. And Campbell is really starting to play good football. Nice job meeting Garendo in the hole. And you mentioned it. You could hear it all the way up here. The contact, helmet to helmet, bringing him down.
He is the linebacker tackle for loss leader in the NFL the last 2 years. Campbell is 2nd and 9 for the Niners. They'll go pistol formation. Garendo behind Purdy with the towel in front of him. Snap to Purdy. He fades back, throws it Garendo on a screen. He dodges one man 35 outside the numbers 40, and he slides forward down to the 42-yard line in the arms of Brian Branch, the safety for the Lions. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
And one of the cool things is we continue to call names, Campbell and Branch, Jamison Williams, and Penei Sewell. All of these guys have been drafted by this Detroit Lions football team as well. They have built this thing the right way, and they have built it through the draft, and they have a bunch of really good young players that they've drafted.
A dynasty ready to build. 2 minutes to go. First quarter, it'll be 3rd down and 4 officially from the 40 in Niners territory. Snap to Purdy. He steps up. He drifts it this side, and it's caught on a juggle by Pearsall. Oh, my goodness. He eventually squeezed it with one hand for a first down, San Francisco. He does birthday parties as well. My goodness.
Unbelievable concentration. We saw him kind of catch the one-hander on the reverse on the first drive, and this one on the comeback route. Ball was well out of Purdy's hands before he turned around, able to see it, tap it up in the air to himself, squeeze it with 2 hands, and tap the feet for the catch.
I mean, you think about everything he's been through this season. A gunshot victim earlier this summer. Snapping a handoff here, they'll run straight up the middle, and the Niners get a gash from Garendo, and he surges forward across the 35, right down the hash mark for another San Francisco first down into Kirby Joseph with about a minute to go in the first quarter, and the Niners up 7-6.
And you talked about Ricky Pearsall, that number 1 pick for the 49ers, and not able to play at the beginning of the season because of that crazy incident. Went through, fought his way back, and has really been an integral part of what they do offensively. Brandon Ayuk suffering that knee injury early in the year, had to get plugged in there and made a lot of plays for this 49ers offense.
1st and 10, Juszczyk in motion, fake a pitch to Samuel, zip it near side, caught by Kittle, roaming free across the 20, and he lurches forward inside the 15 with Terrion Arnold chopping him down. First down, and the Niners are cooking.
It's one of their favorite plays. They're going to get 4 receivers to the right-hand side. Going to try to overload and get the defense to shift. You fake the toss that direction, and then George Kittle just sneaks back to the other side wide open.
First down and 10 seconds to go. First quarter, they'll work out of the shotgun from the 14 in Lions territory. Movement on the defensive line coming across, and there was contact, I believe. Purdy threw it to the end zone. It's officially incomplete. They let it. All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Hey, football fans, ready for RSV season? Check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Missed field goal for Moody sets up the Lions with good field position just short of midfield at the 48. Jared Goff hunches under center. Jahmyr Gibbs, the single setback back at the 40. Snap, handoff, counter play for Gibbs with a stiff arm to the 40. Doubling back, it's a block from Goff and a willing one. 40, 45, 50 across the 50 and slung out of bounds. It's a gain of 3 on the tackle by Mustafa. Your thoughts on the block from Jared Goff?
Well, not bad. Just stick your nose in there, spring your guy for something. There's not many guys in the league that you say, okay, if you're going to stop from one numbers, don't turn around and think you've got the speed to create to the other side. But Jahmyr Gibbs is one of those guys that has the speed, and you saw it right there. Didn't gain a lot, but was able to gain something.
Ran a long way to pick up 3. It's 2nd and 7. They're into plus territory. Williams in motion, snapping a handoff. They'll run straight ahead once again. And this is to about the 45. Fred Warner on the tackle. So Gibbs and the Lions moving the ball well. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 31-28 Detroit, 12:30 to go in the ball game. The Lions will huddle. The 49ers await their arrival. The ball hash mark right here at Levi's Stadium. A 10-year home of the 49ers. Goff out of the shotgun, left foot in front of the right. He sends Williams sprinting in motion right to left. Snap to Goff. He steps into a throw near side. It's incomplete for Laporta. Well off target. Incomplete, and Mustafa with the coverage went into snow angels at the end of the play. It's 4th and 3.
Don't be doing the Angels too quickly. This isn't a normal football game. Better get up. It's 4th down. They go for it on 4th down from Detroit. And it doesn't matter the situation tonight. We are just going for it.
They've scored a touchdown on 4th down already. Goff alone in the backfield. Trips left, 2 to the right. They've got to get to the 42. Snap waist high. Goff scanning and throwing. High catch Laporta. Shoulder high. And he rumbles inside the 30 in the arms of Hufanga. 1st down Detroit to the 26. Yeah, 3 downs doesn't contain the Lions.
Well, and great recognition here by Jared Goff and Laporta. It was a drop coverage by the 49ers. 2 guys went with whoever the receiver was that went on the shallow, and they left Laporta wide open. He just kind of settles in the hole. Jared Goff recognizes it, puts the ball out there for an easy 1st down.
They'll embark from the 26 now. Laporta in motion right to left. Reynolds the lone setback. Snap, handoff from Goff to Reynolds. Tiptoeing his way across the 25, and he's down after a gain of 2 to the 24. Jalen Graham with the stop. This run game for the Lions, 6th in the league. Over 140 yards a game, and still churning even without David Montgomery.
No doubt. I mean, between the 2 backs, they got about 2,000 yards on the season. A great 1-2 punch. They've got 2 receivers that have almost gone over 1,000. Amon-Ra has already gone over, and Jamison Williams is just underneath it. So, I mean, it just speaks to how good this team is. Weapons all over the place.
Yeah, Williams now 41 yards away from that 1,000-yard mark. Goff, play action fake. He'll throw it on a swing pass. It hits the ground. It's incomplete. Jamison Williams tried for a shoe top high grab, and Renardo Green was playing kickball with it, trying to pick it up and run with it before the officials realized it was an incomplete pass. So call it 3rd and 8 at 10:37 to go. Lions 31-28.
Well, missed opportunity right there, but kind of just checking to see to make sure that the ball goes forward, and no question about it. It was a forward pass, but you got to check everything nowadays. Make sure you cover that up, offense or defense, just to make sure.
Play to the end. 3rd down and 8, ball at the 24. Got to get to the 16. Williams right to left in fast motion. Throw it that way, and he falls to the ground. He did not want to make the catch because D. Winters was a dragon breathing fire down on him. Williams sat down on the ground in order to not get absolutely detonated by Winters.
I think he might have slipped anyways, but I think you're right. It was like, no need. I'm not in a good position to do anything with it. I'm probably going to lose yards. Just fall down, let the ball go over your head.
Which leads to a 42-yard field goal for Bates. He leans back and marks off his walk to the left of the hold by Fox. Kick is on the way, right to left. Another boomer, and that is good. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 10:29 to go at Levi's Stadium. 34-28 Detroit over San Francisco. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
On January 10th, they're going to rob that place. And I'm going to do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2. Tacos Gangsta, starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. You're not a killer. I am. Den of Thieves 2, rated R, January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
Hey, Colorado football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense reminds you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Colorado only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
On January 10th, they're gonna rob that place. Now I'm gonna do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2. And Tacos Gangsta, starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. You're not a killer. I am. Den of Thieves 2, rated R, January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
Are you looking to buy a home?
Not right now.
Oh, well, get expert advice anyway on finding the right home, making an offer, and the latest market trends from realtors. Listen to Real Estate Today at podcast.realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Maybe soon, though.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe
you could
soon.
be in the market.
Right.
Add to the portfolio.
Got some kids that are on the market.
Well, maybe
get them out of my house. Go buy a home.
Get them a house.
That's right.
So they're out of yours. 10:29 to go, fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us for Monday Night Football here on Westwood One. He's Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. I'm Jason Benetti, our entire marvelous crew. It's a field goal for Jake Bates, who's been such a weapon out of the UFL to the NFL. And the Lions now 13 unanswered points to lead by 6 at a beautiful night in Levi's Stadium, 2 days shy of 2025. And we'll see what the Niners have for an answer as the ball has ended up off the tee. One zephyr of wind can end this football game between 22 combatants that are so finely tuned. It's amazing how fragile this game is. Bates has it on the tee, upright again. He'll step toward it and run and fire away with the right leg. It goes toward the end zone. Deebo Samuel Sr. takes a knee, flicks it to the far side official, and off the touchback, the 49ers will set sail at 10:29 to go. So Brock Purdy has thrown an interception, not as smooth of a second half. What's the answer schematically for Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers here?
You just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, they're making a lot of big plays. Obviously, the one mistake, and we were talking about it off air. I mean, it's amazing how you can have such a great game, and then you make one mistake, and instead of hitting the turf, it hits a defensive back in the numbers, and all of a sudden it's terrible. Well, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. You're having a lot of success. You got to let that one go and battle back.
First down and 10. Purdy fakes the throw. Now he's caught. He doesn't collapse for a moment, and he crumples down in the arms of 3 defensive players for the Lions. Miles Adams was in there last, the third-year man out of Rice.
The other thing is you got to throw the ball away. Like, I know he's had some success scrambling around, but right here, they've got a free hitter coming right at him. You got to see that and just throw it into the ground. Like, you don't have to try to complete it. Just throw it down into the ground. You just can't take those kind of losses because there's really nowhere to go.
That is the first sack of the night, playing without Aiden Hutchinson, among others, Malcolm Rodriguez, Alex Anzalone, who they hope to have back in the postseason, maybe even next week. Purdy says kill, kill, and fades back into the shotgun, and a whistle before the snap.
Before the snap, delay of game, offense number 13. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And it leads to that, right? So it sort of unravels here, 2nd and 20.
Well, exactly. Trying to get into the right play. That's what the kill is. You call 2 plays in the huddle, one, and then we're going to kill it to the other one depending on the look. So he's trying to change the play with the motion. And now, like you said, another penalty off the sack. Find yourself in 2nd and long.
From the 20, center of the field, Guerrero the tailback. Quick snap to Purdy, fades back in 5. He guns it near side right. It's caught once again. Ricky Pearsall in front of the safety, Brian Branch. Pearsall is out of bounds, but a sizable gain for the 49ers. 15, they get the penalty yardage back and then some.
Good read right there to see the corner squeeze. Now he's got all that space on the outside for the deep corner route. Another nice throw by Brock Purdy outside the numbers.
Lions playing without Carlton Davis, among others, in that secondary. So many injuries to the secondary, this entire defense. 6 starters on IR from week 1. Work out of the shotgun here. Purdy on a 3rd down. He takes the snap. He climbs the pocket slightly. Now he flares it left. Caught two-handed. Pearsall across the 45. He goes sliding down for a 1st down with Jack Campbell, and the 49ers do move the sticks off a 2nd and 20, Kurt.
Yeah, good protection there by the offensive line. It's kind of a long count play. Pearsall started outside and pushed in between the hashes and then pivoted back to the outside. Takes a long time to get in there and bounce outside. Good patience by Purdy. And Pearsall pops out for the 1st down.
131 yards for Pearsall. His career high was 4 catches in a game coming in. Just short of midfield. Under center, Purdy. Play action. He rolls to the right. He looks to the left. It's a throwback. Wide to the left. Caught at the 30-yard line. He's got Kittle, who one leg hops all the way down to the 26 with Melifonwu. There is a flag down at the 48, however. Gain of 22 if it stands.
49ers are walking back.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 62. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay. 1st down.
The throwback play and a new offensive line. That's Pleasance on the penalty.
Number 62. Eligible receiver. Now, this looked like it was a downfield throw no matter what. I'm not really sure what the offensive lineman was doing, chasing somebody down the field, unless you think it's some sort of run or screen. But that looked like it was going to be a shot down the field, and it was a great play. Kittle pushing inside, getting the defender to think he's crossing the field, and then puts the brakes on and goes outside for the huge play. But big break for the Detroit defense.
Instead, it's 1st and 15. Snap back to the 37. Purdy whistles it wide to the left, caught by Jennings on a stop route, and he goes down with 2 Lions, including Arnold. Then Jennings gets pushed post play, and they draw the penalty. Brian Branch shoved him. Jennings barrel rolled, and the official was right there.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 32. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
That's the 2nd act from the penalty through the end zone earlier with the long block, don't you think?
A little bit. It was kind of a weak call, I thought. Jennings comes up, and he was pushing the helmet of Branch, and Branch just kind of leaned on him a little. I mean, like, there wasn't a whole lot there. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Jennings looked like he watched those old videos, the stop, drop, and roll videos there. Barrel rolling on the sideline. Snap goes to Purdy. Play action fake. He'll zip it down the middle. Into traffic again. It's intercepted again. To the 35-yard line, Kirby Joseph again. His 2nd of the ball game. Basically a carbon copy right down the middle of the field, and the Lions take the opportunity again, and they go sprinting all the way to the left side of the field as a team defense, as a pack, to celebrate.
Well, carbon copy, but the last one was a mistake by Purdy throwing it up over the top. This was a great play by Kirby Joseph, reading the in-breaker and breaking on the ball to steal that from Pearsall underneath. What a great play by Joseph.
9th interception of the year to lead the league for Kirby Joseph. Most by a Lion since 1981. 7:34 to go. Detroit 34, San Francisco 28. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
There's no better place to watch live TV than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Young people with developmental disabilities deserve every chance for a full and active life, but it can be difficult to balance their day-to-day needs with their lifetime of potential. Hi, I'm Kurt Warner. My wife Brenda and I started Treasure House, a community for young adults with developmental disabilities who have the potential to grow and thrive in the right environment. It's designed not just to be a place to live, but to truly be a home. Join us in supporting these young adults by making a contribution today. Visit treasurehouse.org. That's treasurehouse.org.
Lions with the ball off the Joseph interception from the 43. Snapping a handoff, they'll run straight ahead. Little stop and go. And across the 45-yard line on the run for Gibbs and the Lions. Winters with the stop. It'll be second down coming up. 9 interceptions for Kirby Joseph this year. The most since Jimmy Allen for the Lions 43 years ago.
Well, as I said, just great instincts back there. Knowing what the opposition does, reading the quarterback, and he just was about 10 yards behind that route, and he didn't back up at all and just broke on the football. The ball would have been right on the money, but he just stepped underneath Pearsall to pick it off.
And now this is where the Lions are so dangerous. They run the football with such ease. Gain of 8 for Gibbs. We're under 7 minutes to go. Handoff Gibbs straight ahead. He'll jostle left, and he gets tossed forward. They do get a first down because of that spike down by Lenore. And a reminder that you can once again listen to every Westwood One NFL broadcast this season for free via the NFL app. From now until the Super Bowl 59 in February, the NFL is on Westwood One, and it's on the official NFL app too. Download for free today. The Lions 46% run, 5th in the NFL, and this is bread and butter for them. They'll nix the broken eye and go single setback with Reynolds. From midfield, hash mark left. Snap and a handoff Reynolds, who veers left. He gets outside the numbers 50, and he is chopped down, submarine at the 46 by Lenore. And it's second down, coming up 5:55 to go. The Lions by 6.
Well, this is why you go and invest in the big offensive line, right? What we call the 4-minute drill, even though we got 5:45 to go, but it's about taking 4 or 5 minutes off the clock, chewing it up, handing the football off, letting the big guys up front do their job and just continue to get first downs. And that's the goal right here. Take time off the clock and get 3 more points at least on the board.
They have drafted and invested in most of this offensive line. Play clock down to 3. Goff under center. He takes the snap, play action. He'll flow to the right. He'll throw to the right. It's caught by Williams. He's across the line to gain the 40, and he's slung down at the 38-yard line. First down, Renardo Green tossed him down. It's a gain of 8.
Well, and that's the great part, the compliment, right? When everybody thinks you're going to run it, you get one-on-one on the outside because they're dropping extra guys down in the box to stop the run. And then you've got all these playmakers out there. Good job by Williams to just kind of push inside and then bounce outside, creating some separation, and just enough for Jared Goff to put it on him, fall for the first down, keep the clock going.
Worth noting here, Dan Skipper has checked in as tackle eligible. Not that they'd use that across the 40, but it is the Lions, so you never know. Bag of tricks as deep as Mary Poppins. Snap and a handoff, they'll go straight ahead, and Reynolds twisting through the hole across the 35. Remember that game last year, obviously, with the tackle that didn't report, and there was all that question, so we might as well let people know he did.
And they threw it to him once this year, but they've also had a toss to Penei Sewell, and an opportunity for him to throw the football. So when you say that they might use it, they definitely might use it. They have got all kinds of tricks in their bag.
30 runs tonight, 35 passes for the Lions. Very balanced, just about right at their average. 4 minutes flat to go. The Lions by 6. Goff under center. 2nd down and 6 from the 34 in 49ers territory. Reynolds the tailback. Snap for Goff. Play action to him. He'll drop it off out of the backfield to the 35 and cycloning down to the 31-yard line. Sam Laporta with the catch that time. Hufanga ripped him down, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up at 3:35 to go.
Oh, they run the naked bootleg, and the first read is always to the flat, I know. But Robinson had snuck down on the corner route, and there was nobody back there. If Jared Goff buys a little bit of time, he could toss it out there for an easy touchdown. I know that's not normally the read. If it's there, you take it. But, man, it always looks good on film when you see that. You're like, nah, if I'd have just held it a half a second longer.
Yeah, the all-22 will wear you out, right? 3rd down and 2. Goff's calling for it. He takes the snap. He hands it off. They'll run right with Gibbs into open space. 20, 15-10, streaking down the sideline, kicking the pylon. Touchdown. A sonic boom from the Lions at 2:58 to go off a block from St. Brown. Detroit leads 40-28. Dynamite again from this offense.
They got big playmakers all over the place, but that is one. Every time he touches it, we say it can be a home run. Get him outside with speed. They're playing man-to-man. Good block on the other side. There is nobody there but Hufanga, and he just beats him to the pylon.
They'll kick the extra point. Bates sweeps the leg. It is on the way, and it's no good. He pushed it left, so this is a 12-point lead. At 2:58 to go, 16 touchdowns for Jahmyr Gibbs this year. The most by a Lion in a single season is 17. Jamal Williams 2 years ago. Barry Sanders in 1991. 163 total yards for Gibbs. And with all that, to digest it, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football. Jason Benetti, Hall of Famer Kurt Warner here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Santa Clara, California. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Jahmyr Gibbs stops by the end zone. 40-28, the Lions with the lead by 12. 2:58 to go. Jahmyr Gibbs leads the NFL. About 16% of his runs go for 10 yards. He's a walking first down or touchdown. As this kick will end up with Samuel on the return, and he gets drilled at the 28-yard line. And the ball came out. It's being run with left to right by the 49ers, but that play was dead. Might as well look for a touchdown if you can. But nobody home. The officials are talking it over. Let's see what they say here.
If they're just going to let this go and then have to go to replay on it, because I don't know if anybody saw anything where the ball squeezed out and whether he was touched or down or what happened. Ball is definitely out. Looking at the replay, bunch of bodies in there.
You have the linebacker Bethune coming up with it, just elevated today. Bethune came out of the pile with the ball. He ran left to right along the right sideline. I heard a whistle.
Early on the field is a fumble recovered by San Francisco. It's 1st down. He's down by contact upon recovery.
So down by contact upon recovery. Bethune, who basically kidnapped the ball and ran away with it.
Well, nobody else saw the fumble. but he dove into the pile. Instead of just going in there and maybe just scooping it up, he might have had himself a touchdown, but he dove into the pile, and when he dove into the pile, he's laying on a couple white jerseys, so definitely down by contact, but nobody else even saw the ball. Everybody was jumping in other directions. Good eyes by him to at least recover it and keep the ball for the 49ers.
It was the right call. That was a fumble and recovery. So Purdy will work out of the shotgun from the 28. Takes a waist-high snap, throws down the middle, caught by the tight end Kittle, who is stopped right there at the 35. 49ers have all 3 timeouts. Melifonwu the stop, down to 2:40 to go. Detroit by 12. Purdy hurries to the line. Remember, it's a new offensive line. Pleasant's playing left tackle. Snap to Purdy. He'll throw it. Garendo, 2-hand catch. He tucks at 45, and he's shouldered out of bounds by Terrion Arnold. First down, San Francisco out of bounds, 2:30 to go. We saw in that Packers-Vikings game yesterday that late charges can happen. Sometimes they fall short, but 2:30 to go. The Niners down 2 scores.
Well, and if you're Detroit, you're just going to sit back. No big plays. Force them to throw it underneath and use the clock. Just the biggest thing is don't let them get out of bounds.
Twins left, 2 to the right. Snap to Purdy. He's back, fading to the right. Under pressure, under duress. Throws across his body to the sideline and out of bounds. That ball floats all the way to the right sideline. Pascal was the one who hurried him out of the pocket. And it's second down with 2:22 to go.
Well, and that's what you need, right? Here's where you miss the Aiden Hutchinsons, right? In these situations where you know the 49ers are going to drop back and throw, and you got to create a pass rush. That's really the biggest question. A lot of injuries on defense, but the biggest question on this Lions team being able to make that run to the Super Bowl is, do they have enough up front to create consistent pressure against the best teams in the league?
To help their secondary, which is falling in numbers as well. From the Niners 47, snap to Purdy. He throws left. It's caught by Jennings. He stops. He doubles back to the right. He gets drilled once. He gets pounded a second time, and that was painful. Campbell was in there along with Nowoski, and 2:10 to go, clock moving. 49ers trying to get one more play off on third down, but it looks like they will not.
And just go out of bounds. It's the thing I don't know. I understand. Is he breaking to the outside? You've got leverage on everybody. You know, you're not a guy that turns it up and gets big plays. Just run out of bounds and stop the clock and save another play.
Instead, we've reached the 2-minute warning. The score, Detroit 40, San Francisco 28. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. We can help you save on the right oil for your vehicle. Right now, get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge Full Synthetic or Castrol Edge Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for just $35.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm semi-annual sale and clearance is happening now. Save for details.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
Join Kurt and Brenda Warner in supporting Treasure House, a welcoming, vibrant community where young adults with intellectual disabilities can pursue their independence. Go to treasurehouse.org for more information or to donate now. Our score, Detroit 40, San Francisco 28. 2 minutes to go. 49ers have all 3 timeouts. They're driving to the Lions 45. 3rd and 2. You do need to pick up the first down, but it's there and probably available. So how do you play this?
Well, I mean, the bottom line is you got to score twice. And so, you can't really spend a whole lot of time just getting first downs unless you've got 2 plays called in the huddle or unless you're getting out of bounds.
Out of the shotgun, Purdy takes the snap, flat-footed, throws near side, caught by Pearsall, Eatons and burns the 35, leaning forward for that 49er first down in play. 1:50 to go on the tackle by Campbell. Purdy out of the shotgun. They'll go no huddle. Twins left, including Pearsall. Snap, Purdy under siege, down he goes. He gets tossed by Branch, bearing down on him from the far side left. It's a sack, and it's 1:36 to go. Timeout, San Francisco. It's a loss of 7 on the play.
Great play call by the Lions defense, bringing pressure off the edge. And as a quarterback, you always have to check your hot defender. Ryan Branch comes off the left side, nobody there to block him. Brock Purdy's looking to his right-hand side, an easy sack and huge play for the Lions defense.
Branch came into this game without a sack for the year, the second-round pick of the Lions last year, 2023. These safeties have been so active for the secondary all year long.
Well, and they have to be key. And then, it's one of the things we talked about, creating pressure. I don't know if they've got the 4 guys up front to be able to do it on their own. Is Purdy out?
He is. Joshua Dobbs is in for this play at least. 1:36 to go. Dobbs comes off the sideline. The former Tennessee Volunteer will work out of the shotgun. Taylor in motion. Snap to Dobbs. He's back along the 50. He'll throw a dart coming to the near side. It's caught by Jennings coming back to the football, and he's tossed out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So Dobbs a completion. It's 3rd down coming up, 3rd and about 2.
All right. Well, come in and sling it a little bit. The deep curl, and then a great job by Jennings to get off of the tackle, bounce to the outside, and get out of bounds.
Purdy is on the sideline throwing the football. Looked like he was shaking out his hand, possibly. So Dobbs out of the shotgun. And we'll get a whistle before the snap. Brandon Allen inactive today, so Dobbs playing backup quarterback.
The previous play is under further review.
Take a look as Brock Purdy is working on a career high of 377.
What are we reviewing here?
Maybe the spot for Jennings. He gave some yards back. This close shave instant replay
After further
review.
review, the runner is ruled inbound.
That's what it is.
The game clock should be reset to 1:39. We'll check with San Francisco to see if they want to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
That was very close.
Correction, the clock should be at 1:29.
I'll wait. All right, I think Sean's done. This close shave instant replay review is sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Purdy has his helmet off now.
San Francisco has chosen to accept the 10-second runoff. The game clock should be set at 1:29. We'll start on my signal.
Okay, so they'll take the runoff here. And now the officials are going to talk it over. They're standing in front of Dobbs in the huddle at the 31-yard line.
San Francisco accepted the 10-second runoff. The clock should read 1:19. My mistake.
It's okay, Sean. It's fine. You ever heard my mistake on a ref mic?
I don't know if I've ever heard that, but I like them being holding themselves accountable. Hey, my mistake.
You know they have scoreagami for new novel scores, right? Like when the score hasn't happened in an NFL game. That was ref mic agami. Okay. Dobbs out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 2. 1:19 to go and the clock moving. Snap to Dobbs. He throws to the left, ripping it out to Jennings, who is bumped out of bounds at the 17 on the catch in front of Amik Robertson. 1:05 clock is moving. Looked like he got out of bounds, but they say his progress was stopped. So the snap to Dobbs. He's back in 3. Backside pressure. He gets it away in time, slinging it over the middle. Caught by Kittle, who leans to the 6. And 1st and goal, San Francisco. Timeout, 49ers. 53 seconds to go. Join us Saturday, a special NFL doubleheader. Cleveland against Baltimore, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. 2 big games in the AFC to decide the North. Doubleheader coverage begins 4 p.m. Eastern on most of these same stations. Log on to westwood1sports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream for free. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. 8 catches, 113 yards for George Kittle tonight. 40-28, Detroit with the lead. 54 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll work out of the shotgun once again. Dobbs has led them left to right. Taylor is the tailback. Shotgun snap a little bit low. He squats down to catch. Dobbs flares it near side right. Too much. Incomplete. He wanted Jawan Jennings over Amik Robertson. And it's second down and goal. 50 seconds left on the timer.
I'm just watching some replays over there of Purdy on the sideline. Looks like he's kind of pointing at his elbow, forearm on his right hand or right arm. Be interesting to see what happened on that sack and what's causing him issues over there. But wincing a little bit in pain.
Without a helmet, he took the big hit from Branch on the sack. So the 49ers out of the shotgun from the 7 with Dobbs. It's an empty backfield. Taylor to his left. Dobbs scrambling to his right like he did at Tennessee, looking for the pylon, seeking the pylon with the ball trailing him. They do say he's in for the touchdown. Right across the goal line for the score. That's going to be very close. The ball was behind him. He reached it out and did get in to make it 40-34, and he did cross in time. So 43 seconds to go, and the 49ers are within a touchdown, 40-34 here at home. He had the ball in front of him, then shifted it to his hip to avoid the outstretched arm of Kirby Joseph, and did cross with the ball over the plane for the touchdown. Moody's extra point from straight on is on the way, and it's no good. Rough night, uneven season for Moody, who missed 3 games with an ankle injury earlier this year, and he has never really gotten into the pocket this season.
He is not. It has been a struggle. I know Kyle Shanahan gave him kind of a vote of confidence a couple weeks ago that, hey, the ankle sprain, and it just hasn't been comfortable since then. But, man, it's such a confidence thing as a kicker, and you get into these lulls, and you got to find a way to pull yourself out of it, and he just hasn't been able to do that. But, hey, come back with a really good onside kick right here and kind of redeem yourself, get us the ball back, and then make the game winner if we can put it in the end zone. You know, that'd be a nice way to finish it, right?
They take it. The locals who've stayed will take it. Onside kicks, by the way, 3 for 47 so far this year.
Here we go again.
Well, this could be the
here you go
jinx.
again. Like, before they do it, you're just supposed to call it afterwards.
Crystal ball, show us the things we need to know. Moody, by the way, 2 missed field goals and an extra point, accounting for the lead here for the Lions. He has a chance to redeem, seeking the onside kick. He'll start in the 33. He boots it toward the left side. It goes rippling out of bounds like he was trying to pick up a 7-10 split with very little elegance. So with 43 seconds to go, the Lions will have it, and they should be able to finish this deal.
Kickoff out of bounds by the kicking team. This penalty's declined. It's first down.
Not sure what he was going for there. I mean, he just booted that thing about 6 inches off the ground and just went flying out of bounds.
Would have been a whale of a bocce shot from long distance.
I mean, even if it took the high bounce, it was going so fast that I'm not sure it stays in bounds anyways.
So the Lions come in 13-2. Nothing to play for, people would say, right? Nothing in the standings here. Here is a snap to lead to a kneel down. Jared Goff does take it. The Lions go wire to wire with their A team in a game that didn't really matter. But Dan Campbell, knowing their season ended here last year, trying to keep, whether it's momentum or aggressiveness, however you want to put it, the Lions are propelling themselves forward for a winner-take-all for the 1 seed against the Minnesota Vikings next week. One more snap, one more kneel down for Jared Goff, who was outstanding tonight, just 8 incompletions in a game that featured 0 punts. The Lions tear down the 49ers 40-34 to go to 14-2 and win, and you're the 1 seed next week against Minnesota. What a performance with low stakes in the middle of the poker table.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, they said they were going to come in and play, and they came in and played. And their big-time playmakers made plays. You know, there wasn't a lack of focus in any regard. Offense puts up 40 points, a 40-burger tonight. I mean, just impressive. Impressive. You know, you could have expected a little bit of a lull knowing that they could look ahead to next week, but you saw none of that, and give credit to Dan Campbell for that.
Oh, absolutely. The Lions now at 14-2. They're the first team to go 8-0 on the road since the Chiefs during the pandemic 2020 season. It's in part because of Jared Goff. His last 7 games, 20 touchdown passes, 1 interception. The mistakes, they just don't give you a chance to capitalize on anything.
Yeah, he's been playing great football, you know, all year long, really. He should be in the MVP conversation. We've had some great performances by some other guys, so I don't know if he is going to get the credit that he deserves, but he has played some phenomenal football this year.
The Lions are winners today. The Lions and 49ers meet at midfield. This is the first win, by the way, at San Francisco for the Lions since 1975, with the wind whipping at then Candlestick Park back in the day, about 50 years ago. But there's a lot of that going around with the Lions now. They've never been a 1 seed ever in their NFL history, and they have a chance to do that coming up next week on Sunday night. Time to select our Navy Federal Credit Union Defender of the game. Kurt Warner, who you got?
Well, I mean,
it's a tough one.
That was, that's a pretty easy one when you're looking at the game and the big turnovers that we had. I mean, Joseph has the 2 big interceptions. Like, they were having trouble stopping the 49ers all night long, but then Kirby Joseph gets the overthrow interception and then the great break on the second interception, and it really turned the tides in the game. So Kirby Joseph is my defender of the game.
He is the defender of the game. It's sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. 17 interceptions the last 3 years, the most in the NFL for Kirby Joseph, the third-year man out of Champaign. I mean, here's a guy, the only player since 2000 with 200 tackles and 15 interceptions in his first 40 starts of his career. And he's a 3rd-round pick. He came into this week tied for the NFL lead in interceptions, and he has 2 to add to his number for a Lions team that came in +9 in turnover margin. And they're showing on our closed-circuit television feed a group of Lions fans with a Lions Revenge Game banner. They're basically claiming this territory in the name of the Motor City after last year's loss that was so demoralizing to the city. Now, the Tigers in their run tried to build everything up during the summer, but, you know, everybody wants the Lions to go ahead and make a run in the city of Detroit. So as the crowd thins out here, there is a wave of Honolulu blue on the far side waiting to celebrate their guys. I mean, this is a well-traveled Lions crowd. Spots of the upper deck just dotted with that Honolulu blue shimmering in the Bay Area night.
Well, they haven't been here very often.
No.
So when your team gets to this point, you're going to follow. And the Lions have great fans. You know, and as I talked about, the expectation for this game probably coming into the season, but man, they're going to follow their team as far as they'll go.
All right, we're joined by Kirby Joseph down on the field. 2 more picks. How do you keep doing this? Congratulations on the win. What has this season been like with all of these interceptions for you?
Man, I feel like it's amazing, man. I can't thank nobody but God, man. Like, he put me in this position. He gave me this ability, man, and I'm just out here doing his work, man.
What's your favorite of the 9 this year?
I feel like it was the Seahawks game, man, because I really caught that with one hand. You know what I'm saying? And that was the seal of the game, man. So I really feel like that was my favorite interception. But, man, I'm just so happy to get 2 today, man. That's just everything.
Kirby, take me into the second one tonight. That had to. No, you're all good. Celebrate. But take me into the second interception, because that had to be film study or something that you saw on the field, because you made a great break on that ball.
Honestly, man, I just own the middle of the field, man. You come across the middle, man. That's my time to make a play. I read the QB eyes, man, and I just broke on the ball, man. I just feel like, man, God put me in that position, man. I just, you know what I'm saying, use about the best of my ability to make that play.
But take me into the mindset of the players, right? A lot of people are wondering, hey, what are the Lions going to do? This game doesn't really mean anything. And Dan Campbell said, we are going to play. Take me into the locker room when you guys heard that.
Honestly, man, I felt like this game meant everything, man, because last year, man, we were here and we took a loss, man, and I really wanted that payback, man. I played with fire all day, man. I really felt like, man, I played my heart out, man. I just wanted that payback. I wanted that get back, man. I feel like, yeah, this game to the league, to the fans, it didn't really mean nothing, but to me, man, it meant everything, man, because we could have did it last year, but now we're doing it this year.
Well, I love it, and you say it means everything. Well, the game next Sunday night is going to mean everything for the number 1 seed, for the division title. Take me into what you guys have to do to seal all of that after this great season.
I feel like, man, we just got to stay the course, man. Trusting the coaches, trusting the game plan, man. I feel like the coaches do a good job to get us ready for the week, man, and we just got to take it on to the next, man. Now we got Now we got Minnesota, man, and now we just got to focus on what they like to do and just trust the game plan and go out there and make plays.
What's the headline for the game next week? What should we watch as fans?
Look for grit, because it's going to be all over the field. Welcome to Ford Field. One pride, let's go.
Love it. Kirby, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Kirby Joseph, 2 more interceptions, a league-leading 9. I don't know if I've heard a louder celebration directly into our radios all year long.
It was awesome. I love it. You know, that's what this game is all about. Emotions and celebrating. And, hey, sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. Somebody grabs you from behind, and it's like, I don't have time to worry about the interview. Just let's celebrate.
You got to love a safety that says, I own the middle of the field.
I don't love safeties like that. I don't like those guys. I don't like those guys at all. I don't want anybody to own the middle of the field when I'm out there playing. But, you know, obviously the great ones believe that, hey, if you put me back there, I am going to hawk the football, and that's exactly what that young man does.
We're going to step aside. Maybe one of us will come back after the break. Final score, 40-34, the Lions over San Francisco. Back with more of the postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
On January 10th, they're gonna rob that place. Now I'm gonna do it with you. Don't miss Den of Thieves 2. And Tacos Gangster. Starring Gerard Butler and O.J. Jackson Jr. You're not a killer. I am. Den of Thieves 2. Rated R. January 10th.
Sponsored by Lionsgate.
What's better than one win?